AG, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Congrats on the new album.
Thank you.
Fuji. You guys can clap now. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Feels like I know everybody here.
I mean, they are basking in the warmth of your presence. You know what I mean? It's been a few hours since the album came out. I have my thoughts on it. What are your own initial thoughts, first of all?
It's crazy. That's it.
So the first obvious question or the first obvious thing is this is the title, right? Fuji. And me being a Fuji head of some sort, I saw it and I'm like, okay, now I need to know what Age is on about. What was the... And then we ask a lot of times, what's the inspiration? That's not that type of question. Why?
Why not?
Why Fuji? Right?
I think it's a why not. I'm an OG. Like, I grew up on Fuji, right. Juju, High Life, Akpala, and that's one of my biggest blessings, that I have this catalog of authentic music, you know, incredible sounds that came from the deepest of the rawest place, you know. My auntie played Fuji a lot at home. Every time my dad played High Life, Juju, my auntie played Fuji, and it's played on my street. It was played on my street. They played it everywhere, at all the parties. It was there. So even if I didn't want to, you know, soak it in, I didn't have a choice. It's in my DNA. It's in my veins, honestly. And that's why no matter what I sing, it's there. You know, and I grew up in a Muslim home as well. I learned the Quran. The only thing I didn't do was Wolima, because
no, you have to go back.
That one I ran.
You have to finish it.
I ran away from that one, but yeah. So it's there. It's just I couldn't escape it, and it's formed like it's in my voice, and I've done it over the years. I've done it since Gold, about 30 Afro pop. Whether you like it or not, it's there. My voice is Fuji. So it's for the first time I decided, you know what, let me make a body of work that's a collection of the sound. You know, it's just like, think of Fuji as something that was handed me by my grandfather. You know, like it feels like going into the wardrobe of my grandfather, grabbing his agbada and putting it on and adding my swag to it. That's right. That's what it is.
That's right. I mean, it makes sense what you're saying. There was a gentleman that came from Germany that I was conversing with yesterday, and then he wanted to know what appeared to be the most dominant element of Afrobeats today. And, you know, there was a lot of answers. My theory is that Afrobeats in its current state takes a lot from Fuji, and not necessarily just the sound, you know, the energy, youthful, you know, exuberance that embodies it. Was that something that, you know, you considered in making the album? Because Fuji forget the fact that the guys making Fuji now are older, but was a young genre. You had people who were 19 and 20 and were doing Fuji. Was that something that crossed your mind, to do something that is kind of like youthful, edgy?
Yeah, just like I said before, it's just like wearing my grandfather's agbada and adding my own flair to it, you know. So this is, I've said it before, Fuji is one of the most authentic sounds from Nigeria, and I just wanted the world to know about it more. These people have done a great job, you know, putting Fuji on the map. I'm not the first to do it. There's me. You shout to the great, you know, King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, you know, Sikiru Ayinde Barrister, the pioneer. You know, Kollington, Pasuma, they've done it. They've toured the world. They've been on international stages. These people have played festivals, places that even newer artists can never dream of being. They've been there. They've done it. And I just don't want to. Because I grew up on that, and I love the energy, and I think because it's a great sound that it's so authentic that I just want the world to know about it. Afrobeats to the world is nice, but the grandfathers of Afrobeats, I want the world to know about, and that's why I'm making this album.
Was there any sort of pushback from sometimes you can be debating with yourself. Did you second guess it? Like, should I really do this? And then secondly, was there a sort of pushback from your creative team? Like, is this what we really want to do?
You really think anybody can push back on anything?
That's what I'm asking now.
Me.
Right?
There's no such thing, man.
There's no such thing as a pushback.
I released Call on Me right after Gold. Yeah, you have to be a crazy person. So, yeah. My own problem.
So once you're cool with it, once AJ is cool with that,
I think it, I'm doing it. That's it.
Good. Secondly, from the Fuji contingent, because I had a lot of people, hit me up. AJ is making a Fuji album, And then I've heard some come back to me and said, there's no Fuji song like that, too. Mm-hmm. They thought it was going to feature, established Fuji acts. And I'm like, okay, Fuji itself, it's a combination of different sounds and genres, right? Mm-hmm. Have you heard back from the Fuji people? Like,
you know what's funny? Yeah. Before the album dropped, I was seeing a lot of that. Like, oh, I hope there's something. Mm-hmm. But the album dropped and people forgot that because there's really no point. I've done justice to this album. It's distilled. I'm bringing Fuji, how the older people know it, to the younger generation for you to understand what it is. It's percussive. It has a legbe. Yeah. If you listen to this album, all the backups that you listen to, it's not my voice. It's the actual Elegbe, people that do this thing.
So like for those who don't speak Yoruba, Elegbe is the backup.
Yeah, Elegbe is colorants, but yeah, the chorus people.
Yeah.
So I got them and we did like nights in the studio, working, teaching them how to do these things. And listen to the album very well. It's highly percussive. What is Fuji if it's not percussion? Fuji is drums. And then there's the Elegbe. And there's everything that Fuji music does. Interpolations. They sing, think about all the albums that like from Fuji artists. Yeah. They sing each other's songs. They sing foreign artists' songs. Even if they don't sing it, it's in their instrument and everything. All of those things, what I did, I just made it a bit fresher. That's it.
I mean, we're not complaining, are we?
I mean, you can't.
So the album opens with a sample. I heard it because it's just a few lines. I'm trying to pin it down. Sounds to me like Lefty Salami.
Lefty Salami, yes.
Right. Do you want to talk about it in 1 or 2 minutes?
He performed at my palace in the 70s or 60s, 70s, yeah. And when I heard the story of how he performed there, and of course I've known the song for a long time. I grew up listening to Lefty. I'm like, oh, this is even more special. And of course, it's talking about Kosoko. There's no better way to introduce my album, than an adulation by one of the greatest people to do the sound, And the fact that song was performed at my palace, I wanted it to start the show,
So when you say your palace, right? Talk a little bit about the genealogy, right? The Kosoko family in Lagos is one of the most notable families, a royal house. Is that something that has stayed at the back of your mind, or was it something that you grew into?
I grew into it. My dad, when he was alive, he was the one that made me proud of being a Kosoko, even though I didn't know a lot about it, about being a Kosoko. But he would always say things like, my father didn't ruin our name. I won't do it. Like, he was very diligent. He had offers, to do crazy things, but he would always stand by his name. And I never understood it. Like, this guy, like, it's not just a name, But then he passed, and I started to get interested, in even knowing about who I am, why I am a Kosoko. What's about this guy? Then I went back to the palace. I think 2024. Palace at Eriko in Lagos Island. So I went back to the palace. My uncle is the current king, and Oloja, and I started to learn about the man, the greatest Kosoko. In the 1800s, he ruled Lagos, and he was the first person to fight the British colony when they came. And they sent him in exile. And this guy even became more popular and influential, while he was away. They had no choice. He had to come back. I learned all of this, and then I learned that he called himself different names. So it makes sense that you hear AG Baby today. I didn't even know all of that before, but I call myself different names as well. And there's actually just yesterday, being because every time I go to the palace, I'm always at the museum, to even soak in more history and stories about the man. I saw that some of my great great uncles brought cameras to the country for the first time. There was Kosoko film. Everything I am is in the family. And I'm grateful that I went back home to rediscover myself. It felt like I went back to myself, and it came at the time when I was making this album, and I feel like it was just ordained. I had to go back home, and yeah, it's important for me to reflect that Kosoko music is alive, and that's what I'm doing now.
It's all right to applaud. If you are not inspired, I don't know what it is doing. To me, there's been like a three evolutions of you, right? Adekunle Gold in the first, and then the switch to a more, pop sound. There's the AG Baby that you were doing things that I was like, this boy is not born again. Right? And now here that you're taking on a more kind of like introspective, look into yourself and who you are. What's been the defining factor of each era, of your music? It's been about 10 years, yes?
11 actually.
A dozen years.
Uh-huh. My life is a movie, really. It's and I'm grateful that I have the mind, and the heart to embrace change, which is something that a lot of people don't have, and I pray that you have it, guys.
Amen in Jesus'
I
name.
really pray that you are not afraid to try, and because you don't know what you'll find, you really don't know. Just take it from me, from somebody that's tried everything in this life. Before I became Adekunle Gold, I wanted to be a pop star so bad. I wanted to see every Bruno Mars song. I sat in front, like I thought I was that guy. I would try to sound like that, but I didn't have it at that time. High life was very normal to me because I grew up on that. I couldn't. If you wake me up now to sing, to freestyle high life song, I can't. So when I made Gold, I was it was the truest form. It was truth. It was sincere, right? And then so Gold about 30. This was the era where I brought what I knew, what I grew up on as well. And I always said that time that I didn't want to go mainstream. I wanted mainstream to come to me, and that happened. Then I woke up and I'm like, what, fuck this. I want mainstream now. Let's go. And just like I said, once I think about it, I just don't know how to say no to my own self. So so I dropped wearing Adire because who can beat me? Nobody. So yeah, and then I wanted to just do something else. And that's what gave birth to AG Baby era. That's an era that I really love because it was very challenging to be that.
Oh, was it?
It was very challenging. I lost a lot of people on the way. I lost a lot of fans. I know that for sure, because people didn't understand it, and that would make anybody chicken. Just be like, maybe just go back to what you know, because like I said before, how do you go from making pickup to call on me? You are crazy. You have to be an insane person. I'm not gonna lie. When I released that and it didn't get the reception that I thought it should have gotten, it shook me a bit. But I'm gonna do it. I started already. There's no going back. I just have to do this. One thing that I know for sure is once I set my mind to do it, trust me, I'm going to kill it. That's it. So I did that, and also what AG Baby did for me. It took me. Gold and about 30 already made me an international brand, but that AG Baby era,
you love it, have you?
Changed everything. It really changed everything. It made me even more bigger than I was, And guys, imagine not trying. Imagine not trying to write songs like Something Different. Okay. AG Baby, that's dancehall-esque. I just wanted to everything I think about, I was just doing it. I lost some people on the way, like I said, but I'm grateful that I stuck to my guns, and then I did it. And now I'm in Big Fish era now. This is legacy. This is heritage. This is so far the sum up of everything that I've done. And I don't even know what I'll become tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's not like you have it, and what you're saying is actually really powerful. A lot of times you think about, okay, what am I going to do in the next 5 years? Especially as you grow older, you try to figure things out in advance, right? But you're saying that artistically now, you are not burdening yourself with what the next reinvention is going to be.
So what the reinvention is going to be, I don't know. I have no idea till God tells me, okay,
You are okay with not knowing or not caring.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Because I know it will come.
How does one get to that state?
I don't know.
And I'm asking because you have to be really comfortable in your skin, in your person, to just trust the process.
I feel like because it's been me all my life. I've never really. Okay, so let me explain. I know what I want at every point in my life. I know. Okay. I know what I must do. I know what I must do. But when I don't know, when it comes to me, I just don't know how. I'm sure it's God that inspires. Okay, this is your next move, and I just listen. I'm very intuitive, and I don't question. I don't try to question my intuition, and what God has said to me, what God says to me. There's no point. Yes, I might be the author of my life, but I'm also under the direction of somebody, God. So I just listen and then just take the direction. Nobody said it's going to be easy. And it's just like, think about it in the Bible. When God has sent people, prophets on errands, right? It was never easy. They just go and do it. And I liken myself to be that, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just living my purpose, doing what God tells me, doing what I want the best way I know it, and just living.
Thanks a bunch. Speaking of knowing what you want, a recurring theme in the Fuji album is talks of fulfillment. There's small flex inside, money, Prada, and all of these things. What have you seen in your life that's made it important to have those things? You said it previously that people say, money is not everything, but you need to have had it. What's been like the last thing, right, for you to get to that point to say, oh, this Prada, man, I'm getting it.
Listen, when I say I came from nothing, I see people argue with me on Twitter, and I just look at them like, you people are silly, man.
Wait, sorry. This coming from nothing. There was a picture that went viral one time. I don't know if that was you. Some guy, because I said it wasn't you.
But I posted it myself, so how can it not be me?
You suppose yourself with Kim Kardashian. So,
yeah, but that was me though. When I say I came from nothing, like I don't think people get it. And I've seen some silly takes that people forward me to say, but I'm from royalty. You people don't know anything. But yeah, like I literally came from nothing. I watched my father struggle, to raise us and his siblings that live with us. 4 children, having like 4 other siblings, doing all of that on a very small salary, being a teacher. If any of your parents were teachers in 80s or something or 90s, take and play first. Like it was I saw the struggle, and my mom as well. I know how my mom raised us. Remember days when my mom will wear apron, walk in the streets of Agege, selling gold. Well, that's why when I said Yamitota gold, the gold lie, selling gold, selling earrings and all of those things. If you've seen people that wear aprons, the vibe. That was my mother. So how can I come from that and you're telling me that I had money somewhere? There was nothing. There was literally nothing. Everything I am right now, I fought for. I fought for this life. Now imagine doing all of that and living with sickle cell. Living with sickle cell, you have no idea. You can't. I pray that nobody has. And so doing all of that and then fighting every day to just be better. I grew up in Agege. I grew up in the Kotun, where if people dreamt like I did, there was almost no way out. Right. I just always knew that there was better for me outside. There was no model for me. There was nothing, aside maybe what I saw in the picture or anything. But I knew that I was I was meant to be. I was meant to be bigger. I was meant to be a success. I was meant to be to do more. I just always had the belief everything I've become, I pronounced, I've said about my life. There's evidence everywhere. I still posted a picture yesterday where I said I'm wired for greatness. That was 2010. I basically just fought for this life, wanted it so bad, and worked for it. So everything I have right now, my brother, if I flex,
It's earned, Abby. Right.
So it's I'm grateful for the help that I've gotten from God, and people and all of these things. My life is a miracle, and I just want people to know that it's okay to dream. It's okay to really, really work at it. It's okay to believe, like, be delusional. That's all I had, and that's all I still have. I'm delusional as fuck. You just have to be that, and I know for sure because I'm not the only person that this has worked for. I've heard stories about people that just believe this way and it's happened for. And I'm not saying that it just comes at you like that. I mean, of course, you pray for grace and everything, but the least you can do is work for it.
And you've done the work, Abby. Well, share it. Back to the music for a quick minute, right? Do you have any favorites now? You yourself.
So I know artists answer this to say, "Oh, I don't
That's
have."
what I mean to ask
have.
you.
No, but for real though, this is the first time I've written an album that I didn't write plenty songs. About Tequila Ever After, I wrote over 66 songs. Because that one I wanted the flex of, when I hear people write, I hear Beyonce had over 100 songs. I'm like, wait, how?
Loaded.
Like I would say, let me even do it too. Let me even try. So that I did that. But this one, I knew what I wanted. I went for it. With every time I'm in the studio, I knew what I was going for. I did it, and I didn't. There's no miss with this one.
Yeah, there isn't.
No, but back to favorite songs.
Yes.
I have songs that I'm attached to for the process of it. Big Fish because I wanted to flow like a rapper on that song. As I started listening to a lot of Kendrick, J. Cole, and what I particularly enjoy about these rappers is how their beat switch. You know how they switch their beats. And when I was making this album, I was saying to my producer friends, I'm like, if I hear one more loop on the song, I might just smash my phone because I'm tired of loops. I feel like that's what music has. This like I need the listeners to feel like it's a journey. That's what this album is. It's a journey. It takes you from a place and then you unravels. You listen to Big Fish, for example. It starts with Lefty. You don't know what's coming, and then the orchestra comes in, and then the beats breaks, and then my voice, and everything just unravels and then until the end. All the songs on the album were very intentional. I was very heavily involved in the production of these ones. So, yeah, Big Fish, because that was technical, and now I produced that song like 5 times with different producers till I got the right one. I'm not done because it's a story that's personal to me. I'm halfway there, so far gone, and I'm not done. Similarly, because I once gave that to Beyonce, and I prayed that she shouldn't pick it.
Okay, so you almost gave that to Beyonce?
No, not almost. I gave it to them.
Okay.
I sent it to them. They reached out during the Black is King album. They wanted me to write the song, but I just lost my dad. I couldn't care. But I wrote the song anyways because I had promised I was going to send it. When I wrote the song, I knew that it was too personal to give it away. So I was praying that they don't pick it, and eventually it didn't happen. So I kept it. And this song I wrote since 2019. 2019. I knew that it didn't belong in the next 2 albums. Because I kind of had a vision like for my next 2 albums. I knew that it was going to come. A time was going to come when I was going to need it, and it was Fuji. And as My Love Is the Same, I wrote about for my daughter, Don Corleone, because that's a smash.
Yes.
See, I'll go on and on.
No, so 2 things, yeah. The one you wrote for your daughter, My Love Is Forever.
My Love Is the Same.
My Love Is the Same. Pardon me. How I have kids myself, and I was in the bathroom one day, and it just hit me. I will really die for my kids. Do you understand what I mean? How does that translate into? But me, I'm not a performer, so whatever it is, I have the luxury of dealing with my family away from people. But this is something that you have made for something that who you created, with assistance of Simi, of course, right? Right, but now delivering it to the public, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, the story behind the song is, I mean, you listen to the song, guys. I'm saying, no matter where I go, no matter where this life of a dreamer takes me, my love remains the same. My love is the same. I told a story about my dad, and I just all I wanted to be was to do more, for my own daughter, because I can't afford to bring her to a life. The kind of life that I grew up living, it can't happen for her. Like, it has to be way better, and that's why I'm hustling, working hard, and yeah. So
so it's not a cliche, pardon me, to say I'm actually working hard.
Oh no, it's
to
not.
Give my child a better life.
Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's not. I'm not. Yeah. The life that I lived growing up, and that it can never happen. So no matter what it takes, I'm going to do it. So when you said you can die for your children, hell yeah, I will, because my family is my center. Everybody knows I don't joke with them, right? I said before, I said I can afford to be a failed musician, not a failed father and man.
That's right.
Yeah, that's not negotiable for me.
Right. And then Don Corleone featuring vocals from Simi, yeah? I don't think, and I'm not just gassing you up, I don't think I've seen a creative partnership like you and Simi's. Because, I'm not bugging Abby, right? Is it seamless? Does it take work? And I'll tell you why I asked, but answer first.
No, it's seamless. Very, when I write. So Don Corleone, when I made the song, I think she was listening to the chorus when I made it, and she just said, "Oh, like she has an idea that she wanted to add something to it." I'm like, "Okay, go for it." And then she just went, "Go Kunle," and that was it. I'm like, "Oh, this is smart," and that's it. And we're just in the studio right there, because she was mixing the song. She mixed the song at first.
Yeah.
Right, she was mixing the song and then she just added to it. Sometimes one of the benefits I enjoy is when I send my song to Simi to mix. She does like some. I don't have to be there. She just does some backups that she thinks that the song needs, and then that's it. It's just it's easy. When she writes the songs, when she sends to me, I tell her what I think she should add to it, and easy.
Right. Why I asked, and I mean, you see everything now. You see when they've sacked Ole Gunnar Social and all your United manager. So you see everything.
This guy, don't go there.
Couple of weeks ago, 10 days maybe, you were at, I think, the F1 thingy, right?
No, Gumball.
Pardon me?
Gumball.
Gumball, right. And there was a lot of chatter on Twitter, right? And then a section on Twitter said like, man, his wife had to take a back seat. Nah, Simi is a bigger star. Nah, Kunle wouldn't have done this if Simi wasn't diminishing herself. To me, it sounded crazy. You guys saw it, and I'm not making it up, right? To me, it sounded crazy. Is that kind of chatter something that you hear? How does it play in the Kosoko villa? Like, you guys play the tweets and you just say, "Oh, people you will."
Honestly, that's literally it. Because, yeah, it doesn't matter. People will say anything and they come as solo. That's it. Literally it. All of these things don't faze me. No, my wife or anything. We're good. That's it.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that because it's really important. If somebody was putting Fuji on now, and you said like it's a journey, do you want them to play it from start to finish, or do you want them to have that shuffle on just discover anything as they go?
If anybody shuffles my album, don't let me even talk. I carefully prepared this work for 5 years, and you want to shuffle what? Please. It's a journey, it's intentional, the track listing, everything. Like I said, it was very curated for you guys. There's absolutely no reason. I don't know why anybody wants to shuffle music in the first place. Are you a demon? Like, why? It's intentional. When artists create works like that, it's a book. It's just like reading chapter 1 and going to chapter 10. Why? It's a journey. I mean, I don't know about how other people. My own album has never been mixtapes where you can just shuffle songs. It's a story, it's a journey. And you've listened to it, you can attest to the fact that you needed to hear Big Fish to go to Kilon Koleon, and then everything is intentional.
Right. So we spoke earlier, I think it was yesterday, about the state of Nigerian music. I'm not a hater, I'm a connoisseur of fine shit, excuse me. So I understand when people discover Nigerian music and Afrobeats is that gateway. But I know that there's a lot more, to the Afrobeats. However, I think, and this is just me, you could tell me if I'm wrong, it's important for people who have the biggest voices, right, to carry along their culture and heritage with them. Should that be something that artists think about deliberately, or should it just be by accident? If whenever you reach that epiphany is good, but do you think it's something that they should be deliberate in?
I feel like I'm not one to dictate what an artist should do, right? Everybody should do what comes to them naturally. Some of us have depth, some don't, and that's fine.
That's fine, yeah?
And that's fine. Honestly, that's fine. It's whatever it does for you, whatever music is to you, just do it. But for some of us, I'm deeply rooted in my culture for me to not show it off. And it's not gimmick, it's just you can tell it's been there from the very jump. So yeah, I think but I mean, just whatever you do as people, just don't demarket Nigeria. Like it's just
okay. So I take it from you, because you are a creative, you are an artist. So I can take it from you when you say don't demarket Nigeria. Yeah. When a public office holder says the same thing, it doesn't have the same effect. Do you think we have a responsibility to not demarket Nigeria? And what does it mean to demarket?
I mean, yes, things happen, right? And just like every country, things happen everywhere. Like constantly being in the media to talk down on your country, I don't know what it does. I honestly don't know what it does. Yes, I'm all for fighting for change, talking about, holding the right people accountable and everything. But just demarketing Nigeria is pointless. What are we doing? It's affecting us everywhere. Like you go somewhere, because what we're putting out, they're profiling us everywhere. Just That's right. There's no point. Let's just do your due diligence as a citizen to do the right things and then hold the right people accountable as well. That's it.
Okay, again, back to the music. There was a time that, just in this past week that you posted, the track list, and people didn't see the features on it. But I know that there's a number of features: Loj, Davido, Soweto, Gospel Choir. What was the process of landing these features? Were they things that you wanted to do, or were you just chilling someplace and then you ran into somebody and just had that creative vibe? Or did you deliberately select the people you wanted on the album?
That's all I've done in my life. Features have been about the music. I think features should be the artist that put on the song should serve the music and not anything else. Optics, all of that bullshit to me. It's the music, serve the music first, right? And I carefully picked the people on this album. Davido, when me and Davido link, it's madness, right? And if you listen to the song, there's no other person that can tell a story that's more believable, than David. And Mavo, for example, that sound needed somebody fresh, and I've been enjoying a lot of Mavo recently. So, and Santi and TK, all the features on the album, very intentional. And talking about not revealing the features, it was very intentional as well, because I feel like the way we consume music these days is so crazy. It's always about, who's on it? What about the music? Like, the music is the most important thing. It shouldn't be the guest on the song. So I wanted the listeners to just listen to the music for what it is, without thinking about, who's on there? It's so pointless. You'll find out on Monday. You already know. But it's just like, I wanted people to just go through the journey, the experience of enjoying the music first before fixating on the names.
Right. You've done samples of classics a lot, right? And then on this one, there's still, a few that stand out. Oba sounds exactly like Yinka Ayefele.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Oh, pardon me, Asha.
Yeah.
Right?
Oba, yeah.
And then there's one that sounds like Yinka Ayefele. I can't remember. Many people, right? That's clearly a Yinka Ayefele reference. Have you spoken to them? Did you speak to them? And I'm asking because those are people that will listen to a lot and we can trust their creative genius. What's their take on it? Because I think it's beautiful, though.
I mean, the only right thing to do is to speak to them before you use their songs. So everybody that I sampled or interpolated, we reached out. You know, one of the toughest ones, actually the toughest one must have been Rihanna. Yeah, you know, when I made the song, uh, when I was in the studio, like doing all this interpolation, that particular song, in my head, I'm like, this is very ambitious because not only it's not just Rihanna, by the way, it's Rihanna, it's Kanye West,
That's right.
and Travis Scott.
Yeah. Yeah.
To get those three people to clear a song for you. Have you seen how J. Cole went public to ask Ye to clear a song? That's how deep it gets. But I did it like, you know what do I have to lose? I'm going to try. And then we went at it for over 1 year. So when you listen to these songs, please appreciate. I'm begging you. It took a lot to be with us.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. But does it fascinate you? Maybe when sometimes you're just chilling and then you pull yourself back, and then you realize that, excuse my French, fuck it, we are doing this. I mean, I'm old enough to remember that when this current wave that we call Afrobeat started, and it was mainly covers and sampling people who don't know that those songs exist. There are people that we love and respect, and then by the time the record label told us they were featuring R. Kelly, it was a throwaway verse that R. Kelly didn't even know existed, But that's the reality at the time. Now you are in conversations with the biggest artists in the world. Does it take your breath away to see how far not just you have come, but how far our music as a people has come?
It's really incredible to see how far we've grown. Just like you said, I remember when we had when P Square had a Rose feature, bruh. That was a moment. Yeah. I feel like what? We two were going international, and when Oliver Twist blew up, that was it. That was another moment. And growing up listening to these songs, and now being one of the people, like having a Pharrell on my own song. Now Rogers, people that I grew up listening to, like that I look up there, like one day, maybe one day this will happen. Having a Robert Glasper on my album.
Right.
I don't know what to say, man. It's a dream that I will never get used to at all.
Right. Just before we take questions from the audience, right? Could you talk us through, just tell us highlights of making the album, like this was when I decided I was making this album. Thankfully, you didn't experience any loss in making the album. Just a few gems and anecdotes that we can take away from the album.
I want to say this quickly. I found my guy. This is something I don't think I've said publicly, right? But I need you guys to start taking this clue. On every album, I have introduced what's coming next. I have done it. Did it on Gold. I introduced what was coming on About 30. If you listen to Paradise, that was an introduction to where I was taking it. On About 30, I already teased Afropop with Call On Me. I wrote, while I was writing About 30, I was writing Afropop, by the way. So songs like Here for Ya, I wrote since 2017.
Oh, wow.
Before I dropped About 30. But I knew that it wasn't the right time, so kept it. You see that my laptop? It's a laptop record label.
Protect it.
Yeah, I don't joke with it. Yeah, so I've introduced it. And I've done that, even Afropop. When Fuji, I already introduced it, Tequila Ever After. You listen to Ogaranya, I was coming somewhere.
Right.
With that. So there was a process. And now on Fuji, I've kind of introduced something that's coming next.
Really?
Yeah. I know, I'm not going to say that now.
Really?
But I've introduced it. So I'm saying, like, when I say I know what I want, I genuinely do. I have like next 2-3 projects, even if it's not done, I have an idea of where I want to take it. Right. So making Fuji started a long time ago. Like I said, it started since 2019 when I made Simile, right? And making this album, very interesting. I knew what I wanted, went for the kill, and that was it. And I'm grateful for the moment, with the Elegbe in the studio, with the orchestra, with the producers telling them what I want, how I hear it. I don't know how to produce shit, but I know how. I know what I want, and that's why I will reproduce Big Fish like 5 times. Like it's not there yet. It's not there yet. It's not. And sometimes I have my own placeholders where I just write songs, and I keep some lines, and I just, for example, when I was making Bobo, I had a line somewhere before in my verse that I knew that I was going to change. Few days to submission of the song, I finally had it. I'm like, yeah, I have it. So that Born to be Soft, Forced to be Tough line came just 2 days before I submitted the song. The song. Oh, wow. The line I had there was cute, but I wanted something that would reflect me, like in my trueness. And that's true. I'm most soft bar, right? There's that, and then so making the album is such a journey that I can never take for granted, and also more importantly, Fuji. I know Fuji as a sound, yes, but Fuji, the album for me is started as an acronym. Is finding uncharted journeys inside. I started this album when I realized that I've given my life to music too much. I needed to start doing other things that I like. So I started designing. I've been designing all my life before, but I wanted to, start doing like applied arts and everything. So these glasses, that's my design. It's tough, man. My earrings, you can see, that's my design. I love homes, beautiful homes. I've been designing that as well. I started to take acting classes, even though that one I've been lazy, but yeah, I started to take acting classes. I've been reading more. You guys know. Yeah, I've been reading more. So I've been doing other things. I wanted to find fulfillment in other things that I enjoy. Like take up other things and just be. Because music has taken I'm like, nah, I need to do something else because else it will drive me crazy. So the album started as finding uncharted journeys inside. But because I was making Fuji album anyways, I'm like, all those long story could need. Let's just call it Fuji. So I'm grateful that I can think of these things and make them. I'm grateful for the days where I'm in the studio all by myself, making this sound, recording myself. I recorded myself through this album. Nobody engineers better than I do for my own voice. So before you even, whatever you hear is most likely like a template of what I've done by myself. So I know how to tweak my own voice, spending nights, recording, getting the right cadence and all of that. I enjoy moments like that. And I'm grateful that I've done all of this work, listening to the classics, going to the palace, traveling the world, absorbing cultures, and everything that I've done that led me to this album.
Thank you. Yeah, I know that you were at the palace yesterday. Was that like you went there to perform, or you just went to touch base?
Just went to celebrate Fuji with them.
That's right.
That's it.
And then tonight you're performing live here.
Yes.
At Greasy Tunes, right? Mm-hmm. That's the first public performance of Fuji. No?
Actually, yeah.
That's special, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's special. I'm looking forward to the set. I also hope, and I know that's perhaps largely out of your control. I hope that we are able to tour across Nigeria as much as we tour the world. The infrastructure, the resources, all of those things.
Honestly, I want to. There's no better place to perform than home. I want to, but guys, I need to be honest with you. It's hard. It's very hard.
What part of it is hard?
It's the logistics of it. The venues. They're not a lot. And if you play, you've been at my shows. I don't play around with sound. I don't play around with everything that needs to make a show like a show. So, but yeah, I pray that we get there. I honestly pray. But this time, I hope to be able to do more.
I'm rooting for you. I hope you get it. The National Theatre was reopened the other day, and
I saw that.
It looks perfect for an AG set. I hope that really happens very soon.
As a child, I dreamt about that place, so it has to happen for sure. It's going to happen.
That's right. It's happening. Round of applause for AG. I think we can take a few questions. No? Raise your hand. Don't be shy now. No questions. You want to ask a question? Please. Okay, she has a question too. See?
Hi, AG.
Hi, Titi.
So one thing I do admire about you is your uncanny ability to connect with your fans. How did you make the decision? Because even me talking and you knowing who I am is incredible, right? And you have the same type of relationship with so many other people. So how do you do that? That's the first question. Second question, on About 30, you had Fame, which was a deeply emotional song. How have you transitioned from that feeling to where you are now?
Okay, first question. I love people. I love people. I love people. Then I love my people because, I mean, if you write for me, why not? I don't think it takes anything to just be cool with people that show you so much love. So if I know anybody by name here, it's because I'm genuinely interested, to care. And I've done that since 2017 where I started to write you guys. Because I thought about, yeah, it's nice for people to listen to the music, but I want you to know me, like the things that I want you to know, on a deeper level, so that when you listen to the music, it's not just, it's surface. You know the man behind the music. And that's why I've been writing you guys since, how many years now? 2017. Yeah, and I love all my BFF for sure. And I love, see, we're growing. I genuinely feel the energy, and nothing makes me happier than just seeing how you guys write for me. It's been a long time, guys, and you're still here. You shout to everybody. I love you. How have I transitioned from Fame? You see, that one there. But I think what helped me the most is to always remind myself that beneath all of these things, beneath everything, I'm human first. I'm human. I'm just opportune to be on TV. That's it. So I never forget that. So when I make decisions, when I do the things that I do, I just always have it at the back of my mind, and you can tell I'm free. I'm living my life because I feel like artists put themselves under pressure to, be a certain way. I mean, I don't know if it's a concerted effort or anything, but I let people do what they want to do. But for me, I just want to live, and that's what I've been doing, living.
Fantastic. And then any more questions? Thank you, AG, for spending part of your afternoon with us.
Thank you for having me.
And I was saying I can't remember who I was saying it to, that I like this phase of AG that is not just open to share, but it's conversational, because for a bit of the time, your personality was kind of like reserved, but now you're out there, it's good to see that evolution.
Well, I was reserved at some point. I don't know.
No. No.
Okay.
Well, anyway.
I mean, yeah, you're not the first person saying this, but
yeah, I mean, so it's good to see.
Maybe I was locked in and cooking. Maybe that's
right. It's allowed. I wish you all the best.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.